in today's episode, we're going to be teaching you about the dwarf planets. So, we have 5 major dwarf planets in our solar system, but scientists have found many more. And if we said the many others, it would be a very long video. So, let's just talk about the 5 major ones. And our baby sister Bella will tell you guys all the names. Yeah.
So their names are Ceres, Pluto, Haumea, Makemake, and Aries.
Thank you, Bella. So let's first start with
Pluto.
So Pluto, and it's the most common one that everybody knows about. So Pluto is no more a planet for you guys that are watching with your parents. Tell your parents Pluto is no more a planet. It was demoted from being the ninth planet in 2006. So all the scientists not all the scientists of the world, some scientists came together to ask each other, what is the definition of a planet? And seems so Pluto didn't even go in it didn't check the last box. So it wasn't allowed. So let's first say what they said as the definition of a planet.
A planet should orbit around the sun. A planet has to be spherical. And finally, a planet has to clear its orbit.
And Pluto didn't check that last one. So the main planet. So we have seen that Pluto, if you take Earth's orbit and then compare it to Pluto's, you see that Pluto is sharing it with many other friends, asteroids, because it's in the Kuiper belt. So it has to share it with others. Let's just say that where they are orbiting is just like roads, highways. So all the other planets have clear highways. Nobody is there. But Pluto has to share it with many and is always going in a traffic jam. So that is why Pluto wasn't a planet. For you parents who are watching with your kids, Pluto is no more a planet. It is a dwarf planet.
And like all other dwarf planets, Pluto is in the Kuiper belt, like Haumea, Makemake, and so others, except Ceres that is in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter.
And it's very near home
to the sun. Mars is one of our Earth neighbors.
So we were able to see Ceres. It was the first dwarf planet to be discovered. But Pluto was the first one to be demoted, because the rest we knew as dwarf planets. So here is Pluto and Pluto's famous heart. If you didn't know, Pluto has a heart, but not one that beats. And it's so beautiful, and that is why the scientists came back to Pluto.
Pluto's heart is made out of frozen hydrogen, meaning in the morning, the heart just disappears. In the night, it appears again.
That is why it's very beautiful to see Pluto. So that is why you only see nighttime pictures on Pluto when you Google about Pluto. If you want to hear more about its famous heart and other famous things in our solar system, go and watch some of our videos about the ones that you are looking for.
So let me write their names.
So why Pluto was demoted was not because it didn't check. It's also because of it didn't check the last one. It's also because of there was other dwarf planets which look similar like Pluto in size. Like Eris was bigger than Pluto in mass and size. So they made another box for Pluto and the other ones to stay in. So if you think so, there's no more ninth planet. No 9 planets. Pluto is not. So if you're watching anything that says that there's 9 planets, it's either because of scientists are looking for other planets beyond Neptune, or because they're talking about the old one. That is an old TV. So here's Pluto with his famous hat made out of frost. Now let's Haumea. Haumea didn't check 2 boxes, as you see here. It's not circle shape, it's oval. That's why it wasn't checked. It didn't check 2 boxes. So Haumea is not a planet either. It's because of Eris, Pluto was demoted. Makemake and Eris made Pluto demoted because they came before it. Haumea looks beautiful because it's the only dwarf planet that didn't check 2 boxes. And that is why I love it. It has 2 moons. Pluto has 5 moons, but the ones that I love is Charon. Charon and Pluto are almost the same size. Can you believe that? And that is why Pluto and Charon, they think that Charon was another planet until Pluto dragged it with his force. That is the same thing that happened to Triton and Neptune. We'll talk about Triton and Neptune in another of our videos about Neptune. So back to Haumea. So Haumea has 2 names, but they don't really have normal names. We don't know if the second one is another dwarf planet or is it one of them. But we have named one. It's called CH2. CH2. Are you noticing why I didn't really want to name it? It's a bad name. Why not you call it Demonia or something else? The other one is called Diomia. It's just like the name of a sickness, but in Greek form. So Haumea was named after the Greek god, the Hawaiian god of fertility. Isn't that funny? And Pluto was named after the king of the underground for the Greeks.
Next is Makemake and its moon MK2.
MK2. Another name that doesn't make sense. Scientists should find a good name for them. So Makemake got this name. It's not called Makemake, it's called Makemake.
That's the correct pronunciation.
Before it was called Easter Bunny. You know why? Try and guess. Ding, 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 ding. It was on Easter that they found it. And it was called Easter Bunny until they wanted to find a better name. Then they called it Makemake because the Easter Islands is an island that floats across
across the waters from Chile.
It's near Chile. And they was called the Easter Islands. So they thought about naming it
Makemake.
Makemake is a word in the
Easter Islands.
But still we don't know what to translate it to because it was just written in the sand. It could be anything.
Next is Eris and its moon Dionysia.
This one and this one have some similar names, but they are 2 different. So back to Eris. Eris
is the second biggest of all of the dwarf planets after Pluto.
Pluto was actually bigger than Eris until Eris started growing in a speeding rate. Scientists are still thinking what had made it to grow bigger than Pluto. Yes. So Eris has one moon, somehow like the rest. But Pluto and Charon and 4 other moons. Wow. Pluto might be the second smallest.
And Pluto, and did you know that every June, Pluto will just start orbiting Neptune with its rings?
Yes, you know, it switches places with Neptune. That is why it makes it look funny. It's somehow crazy because it's orbit. If I showed you the whole solar system's orbit with their rings, and you see Pluto's own that is entering into Neptune's, you won't believe it. It's just on top of everybody's own. It's just like this. Everybody's own is like this, and it's like this, passing through Neptune's own orbit. So that is why Pluto is very special. Back to Eris. So we still don't really know that much about Eris because we just found it like next door neighbor to Pluto. So we don't really know too much about it, but scientists want to know more.
And Eris was the one who gave problems to Pluto.
Yeah, because Eris started growing bigger, Pluto became smaller. Then that's how Pluto got demoted.
And also, Eris was the one who made Pluto go in 2006.
Because it was bigger than Pluto. Same as the other planets, but not really
Haumea and Ceres.
Haumea, scientists still think it's maybe Haumea is the fastest dwarf planet in the whole solar system. If you see its orbit, it spins so fast. Scientists think it's maybe because of it got hit by an asteroid that made it so rolling.
And also, they also think that some chunks got burned up from it when it was a circle when it was doing a very long, very fast orbit.
So that is maybe how it became round. Or maybe it was that round forever. Let's go back. Now let's go to Ceres. So Ceres had a name almost like Makemake. What was his name?
Its name was before Make
N, because it was somehow it was like the sister of Makemake, so they called it Make N. But then they said, let's give it a name that it deserves, and then they called it Ceres. So Ceres is somehow like Eris. It has no moons at all. We don't know if it has no moons or its moons are too tiny for us to see. So it's actually no moons or have moons, but we can't see them.
And then Ceres is the smallest and the closest
To home.
and to the sun.
So that is why Eris was the first to be found.
Ceres was the first to be found. But then Pluto was found.
Pluto was found before Eris.
Ceres.
It's because Pluto was before a planet before it. But Eris, we still don't really Ceres, still don't really know too much about it. We don't even think it even has moons. It's in the asteroid belt.
Between Mars and Jupiter. And the others, Pluto, Haumea, Makemake, and Eris, are all in the Kuiper belt. Between Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
So it's a very long belt. If you want to know what they're full of asteroids
And ice.
and ice. That is where most of the planets that have rings today collect their materials to make rings. Like
And-
Saturn went to Pluto's home and asked him for some ice and some dust and some stones.
And then it created its rings. Uranus and Neptune also had rings. But it's still a mystery how Jupiter got it because the Kuiper Belt isn't near it at all.
So, still it's a mystery. All the gas giants have rings, but the ones that are faded.
This is a theory that one asteroid and that was taking all other asteroids. Jupiter was pulling them to it, and then it formed the rings of Jupiter.
But the rings of Jupiter are faded.
Yeah.
So before we end this video, my brother wants to give you one last fact.
So the people who made Pluto normal a planet were called the International Astronomical Union, or IAU.
And if you want to see more about dwarf planets, go to their website. And I want to ask you one question. Who made Pluto normal a planet? Why does Haumea, what are the 2 reasons why Haumea is not a planet today? Answer the questions in the comments below. Please kindly subscribe to our channel
And ring the notification bell.
No peeking, and answer the question in our comments.
Bye guys, and have a happy day.